Wendy Williams' son has claimed he used her American Express card to help pay for her treatment after he was accused of charging $100,000 to the card. Kevin Hunter Jr., 22, exclusively spoke to the U.S. Son about his concern for his mother's well-being and defended himself against accusations that he stole from her. The 22-year-old college student said that his use of Wendy's AmEx card was first brought up as an issue in guardianship court after Wells Fargo petitioned to have a guardian take over the TV star's affairs. In court, they brought up the American Express situation. They made this a much bigger issue. When she was here, the AmEx card was our only source of paying for things, he claimed. Wells Fargo had frozen the 58-year-old star's accounts in January of 2022 among allegations that she was of unsound mind. The AmEx was the only source of paying for things after that, especially when it came to doctor's appointments and private planes to get her to and from appointments in New York. I had to look for ways to transport her. If we had to get to an appointment up there, we would have to book a private plane. If we had to make a certain appointment down here, we had to book it on the AmEx, Wendy's son explained. Kevin Jr. said that while his mother was in his care in Florida from late 2021 until the spring of 2022, he insisted her health improve before she returned to work. He claimed he believed that Wendy's manager at the time, Bernie Young, and her financial advisor for Wells Fargo wanted him to return the star to New York City to get her back to work. Kevin said of the advisor Bernie's insistence Wendy returned to New York. They knew that in having her here, they were losing a lot of their earnings. Having her here in an environment where the number one priority isn't being at the Wendy Williams show or to be at certain appointments or whatever. They were more annoyed by the fact that they didn't have the control that they have had over her all these years from my perspective. Because when she's in New York, it's a lot easier to pull her around to certain places and have her isolated away from the family so that she doesn't have any other influences to make choices that are for her health and not for financial benefit. Wendy's only son also admitted that using the star's American Express card was never an issue before the guardianship hearings. I have always used the AmEx, always. Before everything that happened, ever since I was young, starting in the 6th grade, she always allowed me access to a credit card, whether it was for an emergency or because I wanted something. And what she would do is she would read her credit card statement at the end of the month. And I never took advantage of it, Wendy's son said. It was never something that she would ever say it was inconvenient or anything like that. It was always something she wanted to do because she wanted me to enjoy certain access to things. As her son, Kevin said of what was normal for him, growing up in the wealthy household. He claimed that he believed once people in her orbit who were employed by Wendy saw how serious he was about her health, that is when issues rose about his involvement.